You think you're an honest person. You're not. Not because you're a bad person, but because honesty, real, full, uncomfortable honesty, is something almost no human being on this planet actually practices. And your brain has worked extremely hard to make sure you never notice. You told someone you were 5 minutes away when you hadn't left yet. You said you were fine when you were falling apart. You said yes when you meant absolutely not. You told your friend their idea was great. You laughed at the story you'd already heard 3 times. None of that felt like lying. And that, right there, is exactly what we need to talk about. Here's what the research actually says about you. Psychologist Robert Feldman filmed strangers in a 10-minute conversation, then asked them to spot any inaccuracies in what they said. 60% had lied at least once. The average person lied 3 times in 10 minutes with a complete stranger, and almost none of them knew they had done it. Researcher Bella DePaulo went further. She found the average person lies between 1 and 2 times every single day. Not occasionally, not under pressure, daily, like breathing. And those are only the lies people could remember and admit to. Here's the part that should bother you most. These weren't bad people. These were ordinary, well-intentioned, self-described, honest people. People exactly like you. People exactly like me. Which means lying is not a character flaw. It is not a moral failure. It is a deeply automatic social behavior your brain runs quietly in the background, constantly, whether you authorize it or not. And here's why. Your brain learned to lie before you could tie your shoes. Children start lying at 2 to 3 years old, not because someone taught them, because their brain just developed something called theory of mind, the ability to realize that other people don't know what you know. And the moment that clicked, they used it immediately. By age 6, they could maintain a lie under questioning. By adolescence, deception had become so fluent, so automatic, that it stopped feeling like a choice at all. Your brain didn't learn to lie because something went wrong. It learned to lie because it was useful. You were not corrupted into lying. You were built for it. But here's where it gets uncomfortably close to home. Because when most people think about lying, they imagine something calculated, a cover-up, a manipulation, something with a clear villain. That's not the lie running your life. The kindness lie. You tell people what they want to hear because it's easier than watching them be disappointed. You call it being supportive. Your brain calls it kindness, but you withheld the truth. That's a lie, regardless of how good your intentions were. The protection lie. You hide how stressed you are, how scared you are, how much you're struggling. You tell yourself you're protecting the people around you, but mostly you're protecting yourself from vulnerability, from being seen as someone who doesn't have it together. The omission lie. You didn't say anything false, you just left out the part that would have changed everything, and you knew exactly what you were doing when you left it out. The self-lie. This is the one that does the most damage. I'm fine. I'm over it. I don't care. I've moved on. The stories you tell yourself about yourself, quietly, constantly, that keep you from ever having to face what's actually true. You can't heal what you refuse to see. Every single one of these feels like something other than lying. Every single one of them is lying. And your brain will defend every single one of them until the day you decide to look directly at it. So what does all of this cost you? Not legally, not socially, personally. Every performance of fine when you're not fine creates distance between you and everyone around you. Every omission makes a relationship slightly less real. Every story you rewrite to keep yourself the reasonable one costs you access to the version of yourself that could actually grow. The lies you tell others create distance. The lies you tell yourself build a prison. A comfortable one, a familiar one you've lived in so long you've started calling it home, but it's still a prison. And the gap between who you perform yourself to be and who you actually are, that gap is where anxiety lives, where the feeling that something is slightly off but you can never name it lives. Real honesty, the kind that costs you something, doesn't just make you a better person, it makes you a freer one. Because it requires no maintenance, no tracking, no managing. What you say and what is real are the same thing, and that alignment is one of the deepest forms of peace available to a human being. You don't have to transform overnight, but the next time you feel the pull toward a comfortable untruth, pause 1 second and ask yourself one question. Who am I actually protecting right now? That answer will tell you everything. If something in this video made you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is information. Share this with someone who thinks of themselves as an honest person. It'll start the most interesting conversation you've had in a while. Drop in the comments which type of lie hit closest to home. I read every single one. See you in the next one.